Well, it says we're live. I don't know if that's true, but that's what it says. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Frankenstein 65 is in there. Happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you, sir. And I hope you're doing well from your surgery. I saw a video of you, I don't know, a few days ago. And it looks like you had snow as well, or you were talking about the snow, I think. Jim's Fastback Garage. Hello, is anyone home? Yes, I am home. It is 41 degrees in the shop. Oop, I better turn my thing down here. It is 41 degrees in the shop and I am home. Got all the stuff delivered down to Outfit's Garage that you sent. And at first they didn't understand the whole dash thing. And then Doug was like, oh, this is for the whatever year truck that is that they got that diesel engine in. And he's like, oh yeah, because I guess the dash is broken. So they were pleased to get all those goodies. And I was pleased to get my truck fixed while we were there, because if you haven't seen the video yet, which some of it, that's right, that one doesn't come out till tomorrow. So if you're a member, you've already seen it, but if you're not a member, you haven't. So yeah, so the old truck, the transmission line blew a hole in it. Luckily it wasn't real bad, and we were able to get down to Outfit's Garage, and Russell just jumped right in there and fixed it. I mean, I didn't really do much, he did, but he took me to get parts at the O'Reilly's. And oh, Lars is in there. Hello, Lars. Good morning, RC. Well, good morning to you, sir. And wow, I just saw a video, a little short that JB put on there about the snow and ice. We got snow. Luckily, we didn't get ice, because that's usually what happens here is we get ice and everything breaks. And man, he's got a lot of destruction in his yard, and his electric service is all pulled off the house. And yeah, man, I hate that for him. And it looks like it was really slick with all that ice. And I saw your little Honda in the background. So yeah, those Hondas are hard to kill. We used to have a little Honda Civic. When Kelly and I worked at Toyota years ago, we had a little Honda Civic that we drove back and forth to work. Thing had like 380,000 on it or something. And I mean, I would have kept driving it, but the transmission, the shift, it was a 5-speed, and the shift linkage, or the shift rod in the transmission, the seal went to leaking. And the only way to replace the seal is to take the transmission out and pull that side of it off, or pull the casing in half. And I'm like, I'm not doing that. So I tried different little things to get it to quit, and it got to where he was just dumping oil in it once a week. And so I gave it a new home. So anyway, yeah, I'm in the garage today. It's cold outside. Hey, it looks like there's 6 of you in there and 3 thumbs up. Thank you. So yeah, it's cold outside. I've got this old tailgate over here that I bought on Marketplace. I don't know. You can see she's warped pretty good. But I'm going to take my big sledgehammer and block of wood and see if we can straighten it up a little bit. Originally, I was just going to take the guts out of it because the tailgate on my truck, the old Blue Brown, you got to know how to open it, because it's wore out in there, and it'll open, but you got to, somebody just walks up to it, they won't be able to get in it, which maybe is a good thing. But anyway, I thought about taking the guts out of this one, but if I can straighten this one up, this one's not rusted out. So if I can straighten it and make it look halfway decent, I may just put it on there. But I don't want it to say GMC, and I don't know when you take this off if it's got GMC made into it, or if, like the one I have on Blue Brown, it's not the original tailgate either. It's off of a 80s model tailgate, but it just has Chevrolet implant, kind of embossed in it or whatever. So I don't know what this one's going to have under it. So yeah, it's worth a try. Jim says it's worth a try. I think so too. I mean, I overpaid for it, so, and drove like 150 miles to get it. You know how that is on Marketplace. But that's all right. Square body parts are getting hard to find. I've got a couple of fenders out there that you guys probably saw in one of my videos this summer that I picked up fairly cheap. And it even came with the patch panels. The guy I bought them from was going to patch them up, and he had already cut one of them out and welded it in, and he cut the other one but never did it. Then he went and bought some new fenders. So I'm going to fix those too. That's something to do out here in the wintertime when I can't really get anything else in. And besides, with all this snow, I don't know when I'm ever going to get Smoke Show home. So yeah, I want to do that. And then I've got that hood that the same guy that gave me the doors for my 77 pickup out here. I've got a hood out there that's brown, and it's not rusted out at all. It's in good shape. So the hood on Smoke Show and the hood on Blue Brown are both rusted out. So I'm going to get that hood in here. It's got a little hail damage on it. So we're going to, baby that back together, and then I'm going to decide which one's got the worst hood, and then we'll paint it and put it on there. So I noticed when I was down there that Smoke Show, being a 75, it has a little different color blue. It's blue and white like the one I have, but this one is a little different color, and I don't know the names of the colors. I actually have a chart back here. I could probably look it up. But what I'm going to do is just take my Ford paint and add more white to it, and I can, get it down a little different color. So, because, like where Blue Brown is this color of blue, Smoke Show's more this color of blue. So, but that's easy enough done. So what's going on with everybody? Obviously, you probably already know by now that the 75 Chevy old Smoke Show from Outfits Garage is my project for this year for the No Name Nationals. So I don't know, and I do know, I shouldn't say I don't know, but I do know that Frankenstein's C20 there, he's been doing some work to his and changing some wheel sizes around and getting ready for the No Name Nationals, that kind of stuff. So what's everybody else bringing? Or are you coming this year or going as a spectator? Let us know. I have no idea how this pops up here. I'm assuming there's some body clips in here because I don't see anything like here holding it on. So I'm going to see if I can get a screwdriver and pop that out of there. Actually, I might have, I think this is a proper tool to pop that off with. Uh-oh, I saw something pop up. Oh, that's right. So Frankenstein C20 says he's bringing the 05 Pontiac Grand Am for the 6-cylinder class. That's right. I watched your video. I forgot about that. That'll be pretty cool. So that is what year? 05. Okay, so Kelly and I bought a new Pontiac in 2002. But that's right. It wasn't. We had a Grand Am before that. The one we bought in 2002 was a Grand Prix or a Grand Prix, however you want to say it. So, yeah, that's the car. In one of my videos a couple of years ago, I showed some clips of cars we own, blah, blah. That's the car that we picked up on Thursday night. Her and I were working at the same place at that time, drove it to work, got off work, and headed to California in it for a trip. So we drove through a tornado and hailstorm in Illinois and just beat it all to pieces. So by this time, I'm like, well, we're committed because we already have reservations in California. So we just kept going and got out to Orange County, California, went by and saw the Crystal Cathedral and all the stuff we wanted to do. Headed back across the Mojave Desert and got in a sandstorm that was so bad that the sand got inside the headlights on it. And it just sanded the whole car. It was like it was a pearl white. And it just made it like it was a flat white paint car. Now, we're talking at this point, the car had like 3,000 miles on it. I mean, it was just crazy. So we went on to Las Vegas, and of course the car was just brown with dirt. Everything in Las Vegas was nasty because they had that same sandstorm kind of hit the town there or whatever. So we had it valet parked, and so a couple of days later when we went to leave, they brought the thing up out of the parking garage, and everything's being cleaned in Vegas. Magically everything got cleaned up, but not our car. Our car, they brought that thing up, and it looked like something that was drug in out of a junkyard. I mean, it was all beat up from the hail, and oh my gosh, yeah, nuts. So we loaded up and headed out. And before we got out of town, we found a car wash and got the thing washed up a little bit because I couldn't hardly see out of it. That's how dirty it was. And we headed back across the United States to Indiana. Well, coming through Illinois again, lo and behold, another tornado. Now, we didn't get in this one, but it kind of was running beside us on the north side of us on the interstate. And it beat us to our house and blew the windows out of the front of our house. I mean, that was just quite a vacation. So anyway, that's my Pontiac story. So that was not the last new car we bought, but that's the one. The insurance redid it all, but we traded it in right away and bought that Ford Taurus that used to sit over here where this one's at all the time. So anyway, that was the last new car. So Jim's Fastback Garage says, not sure yet. Who knows what might happen between now and then? Well, that's right. And you've got plenty of candidates, to bring something down there, I'm sure. So, that LTD with the big block in it, that's a cool looking car. I wished if I had more room to park stuff, I would love to buy another LTD because I really like them personally. But anywho, let me see if I can pop this off of here. I'm also filming today, so trying to get two things done at once. All right, let's see if we can pop this off of here. This should have some little clips or something here, I would think. I'm not sure. I think they're down in here, if I remember right. It's been a while since I popped one of these off. Probably like, that ain't how you do it. And you'd be right. That probably isn't. Oh, here we go. I see what's going on. Maybe. There's definitely something down in there. Let me see if I can get another screwdriver. Yeah, I've never had one of these apart, but it almost looks like there's another piece laying down in there. I was thinking they had like this big plastic clip that held that on there, but I'm not so sure about that. Oh, by the way, if anybody is in the mind for a convertible, I think I'm going to sell a convertible this year. That's a 2006 Chrysler Sebring convertible. It is not the fancy model. Because we didn't want leather seats. We wanted cloth seats. And to get the cloth seats, you have to buy like the lowest model, which is fine, but it's not worth a whole lot. But it's got 111,000 on it. And generally with maintenance, which this one has had done, they'll run, 140,000. So the internets tell me. This one does have the engine, whichever V6 engine it is, that has the issue where the water pump sometimes can rot out and swap the oil from the, with the antifreeze or mix it together. So I will tell you that. I just had the antifreeze and everything changed because I didn't want it to be acidy to cause, because that's what causes that. People don't change the antifreeze. So I did have that done, I think last spring, so a year ago. So I think it's good to go. I mean, we take off and drive in it. I drive it. Well, I don't drive it in the snow and rain because I don't want it to get all nasty and rust out, because it doesn't have any rust on it, which is unusual for a Sebring. So, but it's been garage kept, and when I'm working in here, I try to keep it covered up so it doesn't get so, because it's black. I mean, one little piece of lint and it looks like it ain't been washed in a year, so. Okay, so Jim says the tailgate on my F-250 4x4 is damaged from rolling backwards into a tree. I'm going to try to fix it. Well, make a video on it, because I enjoy watching people do that kind of stuff. Yeah, I don't know if, this one's twisted, obviously, so it's probably been in the down position and, somebody dropped something on it or they backed into something. But, if we can straighten it out and make it work, why, it's a good candidate for something. Smoke Show has a tailgate, but the outer, it's an aftermarket one. And this outer piece is kind of damaged. And Russell Scott, he's throwing in the deal. He's got a panel that can go over it, but I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. So that's why I thought, well, let's see if we can fix this one. So anywho. Yeah, the tailgate was in the down position when it hit. Yeah, I backed into a tree with one time and it just put a perfect little bend in it like that. And I put a log chain, not a log chain, but I had a puller that had a chain you could screw to it, and I heated it up with the torch and kept banging it out. And I got most of it out of that truck I had, but it still looked bad. Well, there's Zach Campbell. Did you hear me beeping on the Dog Lick Road? No, he must have drove by. I did not. I saw you yesterday, though. I was outside. That's right. And you drove by and honked. Yes, I did see you. Thanks for coming into the chat. Zach is a longtime follower of the channel. So welcome to the chat. Well, I got another screwdriver. If there's nothing else, we're just going to break this thing up. It's got to come off. Got to be a way to do it. Down there and see what's going on. No. Oh, it looks like it's got bolts across here. Well, we're going about this all wrong. Yeah, there we go. Let's try it. Let's try it this way. Show you more. Well, that'll do her every time. Zach Campbell just sent us a super chat. Thank you, Zach. Oh, man, I just drove by and honked. Oh, okay, so you just drove by again. Well, you're just out cruising the hood, man. Well, that's cool. All right. If you're out and about, stop in. I think you can get up the driveway. I don't know, maybe not. Let's see, we can get something under that. Kind of hold that. I cleaned my garage up, and I don't know where everything's at this year. You know, you ever organize something and then you're like, I don't guess I have that anymore. And then 2 years later you find it. That's kind of where we're at here. So let's see here. What did I do with that? I do not know. Maybe it's back here. Ah, yeah, here we go. Let's see. Get that up on there. Maybe. Steadied it up a little bit. There. Well, it will be. Okay. Let's see if we can pop that out there. It's going to be loud. Oh, I don't have the camera on. All right, well, we got to try to get these out across here. So I'm going to work on these things. And we'll see if we can get these to come out. Must be the approved way to do it. Oh, very friendly. Just got that. There we go. I've got to put this in something. Let's get one of these magnets here. And we'll put all these in there so that that's kind of out of the way. And let's see. I bet if I turn that over, that's going to fall right off. What do you bet? Let's just find out. Take a block of wood out of this thing. Come on. Yep, there we go. Well, there's several parts to that thing. Yeah, those must have clips, or did have, yeah, right here. That one's broke. That one's still in there, that one's in there, and that one, but this one and this one are broke. So, yeah, so we can take that off of there, and here's the little fancy chrome piece for that. And put this in there. This. And yeah, it's embossed with GMC right there. Right across there. So I'm assuming that if you had a chrome piece that said Chevrolet or something, you could probably bolt that on there, but I don't have, so. But hey, you know, it's a GMC truck. Anyway, show you more. Yeah, sorry, I'm multitasking here. I'm not trying to discredit anything. So yeah, thank you, Zach, again. And okay, pretty cool. All right, what is this? Oh, that's my engagement. Okay. I don't know what none of this stuff is. All right. So, no new messages. What's the temperature out there in Missouri? Because I don't know if you're still in there or not. You were. Leslie, what is the temperature where you're at? Jim's up north of me, and LP 94 is south of us. So, yeah. 11 degrees, playing music in the rearranging the studio. Well, don't overlift. Yeah, I was just talking to a friend of mine today that plays keyboard. We used to be in a band together years ago, and she's not playing any music now. And my neighbor, who went with me to Arkansas, he plays guitar and he plays bass. So I think we're going to, as soon as the weather gets a little better, we're going to get together and jam a little bit. I may record some of that. It's always cool to have music like that on the channel. I think now a lot of people don't like the music I put on my channel, and that's okay. I've been doing it for 18 years, so it isn't anything new. Yep, thumbs up from Les down there. So okay. Well, not sure that this was all jammed up there. That's probably probably should spray some monkey urine on this. Like that. Gotta get them clips off of there. It used to have chrome strip across here too, it looks like. I'm not sure if this thing is junk beyond repair, but you just never know. Oh wow, there's so much. It's been sitting in the barn over here, I think, on the floor. That's handy. Get some of that out there. 14 degrees up north. Jim's Fastback Garage. He's a little south of Muncie, I think. I don't know. I don't know where everybody's at for sure, but he's north of 70 up there somewhere. So 14 degrees. Well, that's what it is here. Where it was when I came out. Actually, it was 13, I think, when I came out here. But the sun's out, so I'm sure it's going to warm up a little. They're talking about getting some snow tonight about 10 o'clock, and I was looking at the radar, and there's a band kind of swooping down from Chicago. It's kind of pivoting on Indianapolis and swinging. So we may get the tail end of that. I don't really know for sure, but that's what it looked like. Okay, well, I was getting some penetrating oil here and kind of, spraying everything up, and I realized this thing's been sitting in the barn for a while, apparently, because she's all corroded up here with dirt. So, scrape this out a little bit, and let's spray it down with some lube on this side as well. I'm going to just spray it everywhere. All right, show you more. So did anybody have any damage from this storm that came through? I mean, we didn't get ice here, but like I said earlier in the video, old JB did down there. And I'm assuming Lars, since Lars lives in that same area. So I don't know geographically, depending on how that storm went through, it may have gotten Buff Del Campo and Kim's place as well. I do not know that. I know he did a short where he's standing out talking about the ice that was coming down and forming, but that was that was probably 3 or 4 days ago now. So anyway, yep. Let's see here. That thing appears to be kind of like that. So yeah, this side is up. So what we need to do, let's just see what happens if I do this. It's going to weigh quite a bit. I don't know if that did anything or not. I don't think that did anything. Okay. But what we can do is get that block of wood and give her a good look. It's bent right through here. So, yeah, she's pretty rough, guys and gals. It's pretty straight across there, though. This part's pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty solid there. Let's see if we can get a straight edge. Here's the straight edge. So, I don't know. I assume those are supposed to be pretty straight. That one's pretty far off. At least a half an inch. A half an inch. We'll set that there. I really don't know anything much about all these racing things that go on down there at the Nationals, but I do know that I want to run in that. What was the beginners bracket race thing? I did that last year, and I actually made it to round 2, and then I red lighted. So I would like to try to do that again this year if they offer that. But as far as the Crown Victoria or whatever, and the 14-10-2 class, I don't really know anything about all that stuff. So, yeah, hopefully. If nothing else, I just, do some testing tunes, kind of get an idea of what the old girl's going to do. I know I rode in that truck 2 years ago or 3 years ago when Russell had it down there. And he told me before we took off, and I've told this story before, but he told me before we took off on the, before the light went green or whatever, he said, now go ahead and lay your head back against the glass so it doesn't snap your neck. And he was right, because that baby, she really got some G-force. So I know it's pretty fast, or it was then anyway. It does have a different rear end under it now and some things like that, and that's fine. I'm not planning on doing burnouts with it, so I don't need a Lincoln locker in the back. But yeah, or whatever. I don't know that that's what he had in it, but he had both wheels a turning, that's for sure. So anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully we get it. I was talking to one of the members, texted me last night late, and he said he's got some inner fenders because I do a garage talk video for the members, and I was talking about that truck and some of the things I need for it. And inner fenders is one of the things I need because I want to drive it on the street and still play with it, at the racetrack. But so I guess more like a street racer. I don't know what you would call it. Like I said, I'm no racing person, but I do need some inner fenders because if you drive it in the rain or something, it's just going to coat the whole inside. And I'm going to put a heater back in it. The heater's currently out, so I'm going to do all that kind of stuff. So anyway, yeah, I'm anxious to get that old 402 up and boogieing around a little bit. It'll be fun. I got a source of gas tank for that truck too, because it's just got a 5-gallon fuel cell bolted in the bed, and I've got the brackets in the old gas tank and everything is there. But the gas tank actually has holes in it, so I need to get a new or used good gas tank. So I got to source that. All the typical stuff it's going to need. But I will tell you this: it's not near as rusted out as that Chevy out there was. So rocker panels are still there, be it they need a little repair work. And it's got some odd rust on the A post that come down, what I call the A pillar or whatever, right along the windshield. There's just like holes rusted in it. And Russell said when he pulled it out of the junkyards where he got it, and he said that the pine needles were this deep on that thing, and it was kind of at an angle because the one on this side is high and the one on this side is low. And he said, and that's what rusted all that out. So sandwich the middle with plywood and bolts as a pull point. Secure the ends of the tailgate and either pull it straight or press it straight with a hydraulic jack. Yeah, that would be a good idea. And I do have a hydraulic jack. Unfortunately, I don't know. I might be able to clamp it to these plastic sawhorses. I don't know how good that would be. I don't really have any, other than getting it on the floor and smacking it, I don't really have anything hard to hook it to. So, but that's a good idea. If I was in my old garage that I built years ago when I did body work, and I had chains in the floors and all kinds of stuff, and you could pull. I could pull it then, that's for sure. I could have strapped that thing down and heated it up and it'd go right back. But yeah, so let me see here. Where is my big hammer at? Can't remember what I did with that thing. I don't see it there. I remember moving it and putting it someplace so I would know where it was. Isn't that the way the girls do things? But now, I don't remember where that was. Maybe I've got it hanging up someplace. That would be the thing. Huh? Well. Well, I don't know. I need to find my sledgehammer. Well, I ain't having no good luck finding that thing. It's big. You'd think I'd be able to see it somewhere. Well, let me go look in the shed. You guys chat amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Well, it wasn't out there either. But the splitting mall was out there. And that's just as heavy, maybe heavier. I'd be tempted to use it as a ramp. Hey, you know, that's a good idea. Drive up something up on there. Yeah, I don't know, guys. I kind of like the idea of maybe strapping it down. I think I actually will clamp it down to this and maybe, because, you know, this part needs to come up this way. Because I'm pretty sure if you look at it right through here straight, but over here, well, actually, I'm thinking this might be straight. That side may be the side that's good. What's this side like? Yeah, this side is definitely bent. It needs to go down. So that side is where it needs to be. This side is the one that's bent out like this. So I had that wrong. But I still think if we put this here, and if we clamp this down solid, then maybe we can warp that a time or two. I don't know. Good morning from frozen tundra in northeast Arkansas. Senior and Sons, well, welcome to the chat. Yeah, I think you guys got a bunch of snow and all that kind of stuff too. Excuse me. At least down there where Outfits Garage is at, they didn't get the snow we got, but they got quite a bit of snow for Arkansas. We got about 10, 12 inches here. That's not anything uncommon. I was just glad we didn't get the ice. So, yeah, welcome to the chat. I'm just, you know, like always, doing some stupid stuff out here in the garage. So let's see what we got here. You know, don't try this stuff at home. So. Okay, well, right or wrong, this is what we're going to do. tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to strap this baby down to these plastic sawhorses, because that's what they are. I've had these sawhorses for, oh my gosh, I've lived here in this area for 19 years, and I had them before I moved up here. So they're a long time I've had these, I'll just say that. Same way with these plants. These things have been around since Hector was a pup. He ain't no pup no more. Okay. Now, just looking at it, it starts to bend right here. So I'm thinking, just thinking here, if we take that thing and give her a wallop, let's see what happens. Yep, 8 inches in Jonesboro. Oh, wow. Well, that's where we were just in Jonesboro. Oh, gosh, what was that? 2 Friday nights ago? Yeah. We got there 2 weeks ago today. It was cold, but there wasn't any snow, that's for sure. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to move this over just a tad. Something like that. And let's just see what happens here. Well, that made a big difference. See, we're still bolted there. So let's see. Yeah, that moved it. That moved it about 1/2 of an inch, actually. So, yeah. I think we'll hit it again right here and right there. Let's see what happens. Here we go. That made Did anybody get hurt? Oh, look at that. I mean, that was big enough before I could stick a whole 2x4 in it. And now it's only about that far. So I'll keep beating around on that and show you more. Yeah, that last kerwallop did it in. How are the mornings, my friend? How are you this morning, my friend? We just picked up another inch of snow this morning. Oh my goodness. Canary's Hot Rod Garage. Okay, so Canary is south of me. He is in just straight south of me here, just across into Kentucky. I saw that you guys were getting some snow down there, so another inch. Well, we're still just dealing with the 12 inches we got, or, well, depends on where you measured it at, I guess. But the average was about 12 inches here. So, well, Curtis, thanks for stopping in, and we're doing fine. And so you did have the sleet mix as well. Well, I hope that you didn't have any trees crash down or anything. I would hate to see that. You just got your new shop together, so. Curtis, Canary's Hot Rod Garage on YouTube. He's the one that gave me the doors for old Blue Brown out there and that hood that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, you gave it a big kerwallop. You're right. Did I skip over some? Let's see, 8 inches in Jonesboro. Yeah. So when's the first car show you're going to, Curtis? I've got one already scheduled for April that I'm going to go to. The first part of April. Well, maybe it's the end of March. I can't remember, but they have a thing here locally for It's called the Twinners Car Show, and it'll be at Jasper Engine's parking lot again this year. But I got that one on my calendar. I always like to go to that one. Most of the people in the area go to that one. So yeah, Utica, Kentucky. That's where Canary's Hot Rod Garage is at. So yeah, I need to get down there and I tell you what, I have to go to maybe I have to go to Owensboro, which is pretty close to where he's at. I found a guy that's got some beauty rings. I lost a beauty ring on my trip. I'm always losing them beauty rings. And I got a bunch of them square body ones that are squared off from the 80s, but I like that rounded one. And this guy's got some down there. And right the day it was snowing, I told him as soon as the snow cleared off, I'd come and get those. And he said, well, I'll check with me first because I'll hold them for you. But there's a guy that might come and get him, but he's never got back with me. And I'm hoping he didn't because I would like to go down and buy those from him. Now, Russell had a couple of old beauty rings in his shop down there that he gave to me. So, and I can probably fix one of those and use them, but I like having those as spares. It seems like them square ones, they don't fall off because I got a bunch of them, but the rounded ones I don't have for the square body stuff. So yeah. So as far as I know, that's the first car show I'm going to probably go to this year. Still haven't sold the Dodge. The old brown bag is sitting out there. It's got, oh, wow, I don't know, 12 inches of snow on it at least. I drove it the day before the snow started because that Friday was the day the almanac said to trim your fruit trees. And so I went out and pruned my fruit trees and hauled all the branches off with the old truck and backed it in there, and it's been sitting there ever since. So hope to do some drag racing at George Ray's Wildcat Drag Strip the last of March with the 66 Plymouth Valiant sedan, 380 horse. Well, that ought to get down the track. Yeah. So how close are you to like, let me think of, I know you're in Arkansas, but speaking Missouri wise, how close are you to like, Branson or West Plains, Missouri, someplace like that? So just curious, because I may take a trip down to see my cousin, and he's before you get to that area. But when you said Northeast Arkansas, I figured you do have a rounded beauty ring that I can have. Well, I will take it. As soon as this weather clears off, I'll text you. And if you're going to be home, I'll come and get it because I really like those, and they're getting harder and harder to source. And there's some other things I need for that 75 Chevy too, but I'm not worried about chrome rings for it just yet. It's keeping the 77 looking the way I like it, you know. So, yeah. Well, I think we need to wallop this one again, and now it's right in here is where I want to hit it, I think. We still got this high spot here, but we got that pretty straight across there. Let's see. I think put that under there. Something more like that. Hit that baby right there. Oh. Here we go. Oh yeah, she's still a little unsquared. It actually may be a little bit right in here yet. It's definitely still there. And this is, let me get this sawhorse down further. Let's try this. Let's hit that again right there. Here we go. Now, it's funny getting those ends bent up is taking this big hump out of here where it, had stretched that metal. It's also bending the tar out of that, that's for sure. May do the same thing right here just a little bit. She's looking flat now. Yeah. Yep, love the Slant 6 Dodge truck. I believe it's a great daily driver. West Plains is 2 hours from me. Oh, okay. Big Storm, my Mopar friend lives there. Oh, okay. Big Storm. All right. West Plains, I used to hang out there a lot when I was a younger man, and my son was born in Mountain View, which is not too far from there. So, yeah, I haven't been there for a lot of years, but, I kind of like that part of the country. The reason I left was there was no work, and that's when I joined the military and was in the military all those years. So, and then when I got out, I just moved back here where I was raised. So, but I like Missouri personally. I'm not real crazy about the flat areas like where Sikeston and, until you get over to about Poplar Bluff, it starts getting hilly again. And I'm not real crazy about flat land like that. And that's kind of why I like Southern Indiana, because Northern Indiana is all flat too, but Southern Indiana has got a lot of hills and stuff. And it's kind of like South Missouri. So. But I will take you up on that chrome ring if you have that down there, Curtis. I appreciate that. That'll be a great addition to the fleet. All right. Let's take a peek at this thing a bit. All right, well, we've been beating around on this thing a little bit. Let's just take a peek at it here. Boy, it looks a lot better. I mean, obviously it's just big old pieces, but it's looking real good this way. I think. I don't know. Can you guys see that? Can you see that down through there? It looks a lot straighter. But before, this was, see, that's more straight. It's got some rust here, but we can beat around on that some. And we'll have to knock that back down where I smashed it. This side looks pretty promising too. I don't know. I was hoping it didn't have this GMC thing on it, but that's the way it is. Let's see if I can get caught up. Storm, Canaries Hot Rod. Are you going to the swap meet in Louisville? Cayenne Club, March 21st and 22nd. Well, I didn't know about it. Look at my calendar. Where's my phone at here? You say that's in Cayenne? Oh, the Cayenne Club in Louisville, question mark. Cayenne Club, March. So let's see here. And that is again, let me look again. March 20th and 21st and 22nd. So that's a Saturday or Sunday. No, I don't have anything on that day. We don't have any ball games. Well, the ball games are probably over by then. So I'm going to put that in here. Swap meet in Louisville. today and tomorrow, Kiana Club. Well, why did it not put that in there? Oh, it did now. I don't know. This phone's apparently smarter than I am. Not an all-day event, no. I can't handle that all day. Well, it put it on the 31st. Now I've got to go back and change that. The phones are just wonderful when you know how to use them. There, let's try that one. Okay. So I've got it in my phone. I'll let you know on that because I do not know if I'm going or not. All right. Hey, that actually has freed that up a little bit. Getting that bow out of it. This wouldn't move before. Well, somewhere else got a hammer. Something in there and straighten that up a little bit. Okay. Oh, well, it's been an hour. I didn't realize that. Well, guys, it's noon time, I guess, here in southern Indiana. So I appreciate you coming along and spending time with me today. Looks like there's still 8 of you in there and 4 thumbs up. If you haven't already, slip on over to Shop RCindustry and you can buy all your merch. You know, I actually have a t-shirt on today, but it's so cold I don't have it on or showing it. So, and no, these are not available yet. I'm trying some stuff out. I like heavy shirts like that. These are actually insulated shirts. But yeah, anyway, you can go over there and support the channel that way. A big thanks to the super chats that came through while we were on here. And I want to say goodbye to all of you. And we'll try to get this tailgate back together. Video will be coming out soon. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe not. But anyway, as always, we're making it just like brand used here, baby.